Hello, hello. I would say good morning, but that was a minute ago. Officially, we are noon on Tuesday, August 13th, and I want to welcome you. Say hello if you're chiming in, and I'd like to know where you're from if you don't mind, and ignore the phone ringing behind me. Oh, goodness, usually, yeah, they tried calling like 2 minutes ago, and I didn't answer. Just a spam thing. Anyway, sorry. The phone jack is here, and even if I remove the handset, the base still rings. And on my upper level here, there's no other place to hook up the phone. So I apologize for that, but it stopped. It stopped. It's all good. So hope people will start chiming on, looking on, saying hello, and welcome if you are. And if you're watching the replay, I thank you for watching that as well. I just decided yesterday I'll come on real quick and show you some new products. Always fun to see whether you're live or tuning in for the replay. I really appreciate it. So don't forget to say a hello and where you're from so I can we get an idea who's watching. I can't see who it is unless you say something. So I appreciate that. And don't forget to share with other people on your social media. I appreciate that. And yeah, so I got my pre-order. As a demonstrator, we can pre-order products a month early. That's a great benefit for being a demonstrator. So that way we can play around with the products before it goes live to our customers, and you can kind of see what's coming and get excited. And we know how to work with those products once it goes live, and we can start showing you. So I can show you the products. I can show you the outside of the catalog if I had the catalog. Mine didn't come yet. I am so anxious. Other demonstrators have gotten theirs, and I keep looking at my mail like oh goodness, like Christmas morning. Is it here yet? Is it here yet? Did Santa come? Did Santa come? Did the mailman come? Not here yet. But we do see it online. I was able to do a pre-order, and I have some of those items here. I didn't go crazy ordering a whole truckload of stuff. I figured there will be time for that. I can only play with so much at one time anyway, right? So I would like to show you some of the things that I got, and I haven't been able to play with them, but I will show you. And if you want to stick around, I'll do a little playing with them right here and now as we go. You'll learn with me. I have my embossing machine here. There's some great dies. There's a new embossing folder, some fun stuff. So I hope you will get excited about some of the things too. So like I said, say hello if you're watching. And who's excited about fall and winter projects? I know it's still August, but we have to start getting our projects done. Thinking about Christmas cards, maybe, right? I don't know. So check and see, right? Hi, Tina, Shirley, and Betty. Oh, Manitoba, nice to see you on today. You're waiting to receive yours, Shirley, too. Oh, I know. It's we have the digital version. It's not the same as getting that paper in your hands, right, Shirley? Oh, I like thumbing through it, having it on my desk. If I'm doing something else on the computer, I don't want to have to go back and forth on the computer and look at it digitally. And it's way too much and too much color ink to print it out. So I will just have to be patient, and we'll have to be patient. It'll be here any day, any day. If you are a regular customer of mine and have ordered with me in the last year or so, you will be getting a catalog sent to you directly from Stampin' Up. If you are not a customer of mine and you do not already have a demonstrator, please feel free to reach out. And once I get my catalog of my case of catalogs, then I can send one out to you direct from me. So please let me know. And let me know also if you need an annual catalog as well, because I'll send them both out at the same time. It saves me some shipping. Okay, so just leave a message in Facebook here, or you can email me at Lorraine@stampwithlorraine.com. Right, that's easy, right? I could put that up there if you need to email me. Where is it? There we go. Right, Lorraine@stampwithlorraine.com. right? So request a catalog or both catalogs, the mini or the annual. All right, looks like we have some people hopping on. Welcome, everybody. And I see some are watching from YouTube, some are from Facebook. Good. I see some team members here like Faye and Jackie. Nice to see you on. Hello, hello. Surprise. Don't get confused. It's not Friday. It's not coffee and a card. Just it's Tuesday. Thought I'd do a little showcase of some new products. All right, are we ready? Like I said, I didn't get tons, but we'll kind of play around a little bit with what I have. There's some beautiful things. Let me switch my camera over to just my desktop. There we go. Hope everybody's well today. Let me just get my sip of water. A lot of talking to do today. All right. First of all, let me start simple. Embossing folder. There is a new one, and it's one of those big ones, like the swirly and the dots. This one is really big as well. It is 8.5 inches tall and 6 inches wide. So it pretty much like the size of your plate, right? The size of your cutting plate, so you can imagine. This one is Birchwood. Okay, it's a 3D embossing folder. That means it has different levels of height when you emboss it. The regular embossing folders have an impression and the raised part. All the raised part is the same height. On a 3D, it is varied heights. Okay, some of the raised images, parts of the image might be higher than others. Okay, so this is looking like a lot of wood grain there. Right, there we go. Okay, very nice. I'm just took a quarter sheet of white, and I'm going to run that through the embossing machine, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay. What's nice about this is you can move it to different places if you want that knot in there. If you do not, get it? You do not want the knot. You can move it around. You can put it horizontally or vertically, however you want your paper to go. So that larger folder gives you that flexibility. I'm going to run that through my machine. And remember, when you do the 3D folders, you want your base plate, your folder, and then the gray plate. It tells you right on here, using with 3D embossing folders. That's your sandwich formula. And always, always do the hinge first, because it's like putting through a wringer, right? And it's squeezing, putting pressure this way, and you want that pressure to be released on the open end. If you're going this way, there's going to be pressure this way, and then the hinge will crack. Okay, I've had that happen once or twice. Be careful. All right, I'm going to run that through and we'll see what it looks like. I said I'm trying this all out with you as we go. Just thought I wanted to hop on and say hello. Hubby's out golfing, so he's not missing me. Okay, look at this. Whoa, that is really nice, deep, sharp image. Okay, that's going to make for some really nice tree and winter cards. All right, and then of course you can take your blending brush and go over it a little bit. I might to be kind of like birch, I might take a little bit of smoky slate, that little gray tone on there, maybe just even a touch of some yellow, just a little bit, little light browns or yellows, just super, super light to highlight those images there. Right, and I wonder if, how birch has lines going across this way? I wonder if before you emboss, you can draw some of those horizontal lines across and then emboss it. It might look more like a birch tree, right? Hello, Joan. Welcome back. Nice to see you on. You always seem to find me. Nice to see you. All right, so there's the birch embossing folder. That's going to be lots of fun. I'm put everything back here. Oh, this is what I do with my embossing folders. I like to put a label on here because the folder itself does not have the name of it on there. So I like to put it on there. So I take my label maker, my P-Touch for the label maker, and I put my label on here. And then I store my embossing folders upright in the bin. But when they're in the bin, it's hard to see the name way down here. So this is what I do. I take my trimmer and I trim this top part off here, top of the label, right about to where that line is on that box. And then when I put my folder in there, I can see the image when I want to pull it out, but I'm also going to see where I put my label. I didn't get around to doing that yet, but you get the idea, right? So if this were the label, I am obviously working on Seaside Wishes, it would be there and I would see that and it would be on there when I pull it out. So I know where to put it back and I know what to call it, especially if I'm doing a demonstration. Sometimes your mind just slips like, oh, what was that again? And I like to keep a sample of the piece of cardstock that was embossed in my envelope as well, just so I can have a true to life look at what it's going to be when I run my paper through. Because obviously it doesn't show in different colors here. This is just to show off the detail, but it's always good to see what it looks like in person, so to speak. All right, so that's the Birch embossing folder. Put that aside over there. And then one I'm really excited to see and play with. This one's on top, so I'll do it. There's Decorative Trees. Now we do have one that carried over called Merriest Trees. This one is a little different, but I think I'm really going to enjoy playing with this. And trees, you can obviously do for Christmas. It has season's greetings, Christmas tree, very Merry Christmas, may your days be merry, etc. But you can always use trees for other woodland type theme cards too. So I like to see where I could extend my stamp inventory beyond just the holidays and use them in alternative ways. So I don't buy a whole lot of the Christmassy stuff because the season's limited, and me as a demonstrator, I want to show you current things. So if it retires and I have all the stuff from last year, then I really can't use it a whole lot. But so I get things that I really love and maybe things that I can extend beyond the season. All right, so obviously here are your stamps. It's kind of a two-step stamping opportunity here. I have some garden green. Now, I'm going to tell you, I didn't have a chance to wash these photopolymer stamps off yet. So if they're a little wonky, you know, they show those little bubbly from the chemicals, then please forgive me. But I just want you to get sort of an idea what it's going to look like. And me too, because I haven't done it myself. All right, so there's an outline. Let's just stamp that in garden green. So you need a big block for that. Have your outline. What a great opportunity for tags also, right? Make little tree tags. I foresee this as a, you can even make like a 3D ornament with it too, I would think, right? Put a slit in the bottom of one and stamp it again, put a slit in the top and feed them both together, you know, kind of like this. And then you'll have like a 3D hanging thing. Or you can fold them in half and put them, glue the sides all together so it turns out rounded. Oh, see the creativity. Oh my gosh, many ideas flowing here. All right, who else we got? What is the labor maker I use? Oh, good morning, Jane. Good to see you. I'll show you, Jane. I love it. This is what I have. It's a Brother P-Touch. Nice and small and compact. And you can choose from different size fonts. I usually use this one. Sometimes I use a smaller one when I'm labeling maybe the backs of my punches or whatever. So it's really nice. And then you just peel the back off and they self-stick. So that's the one I like. I see a lot of other demonstrators using it. It's really good. The cartridges, just replace very easily in the back. Okay, it just comes out. Okay, it's battery operated. These just come out. You put a new one in. Easy as that. Nothing, no tape to feed or whatever. All right, so yeah, I recommend it. You'll start labeling anything that doesn't sit still. And even then, you'll do more. You'll do some. All right, let me clean this off and we'll do the inside. Put that on there. Okay, that's just like a frame. And we'll do the inside little branches. We'll do it with the same color. I imagine you could always stamp off to get another tone if you want. We'll just go right inside there. And you have a cute little tree. Isn't it adorable? And so easy for, you know, kids could do that, beginner stampers. Okay, if you wanted, you can take your blends and add some lighter color inside there. You can stamp it on colored cardstock to begin with, but I figured let me do it on white so that you can actually see the detail. Okay, so that's our tree. And in that set, did I clean that? Yeah, I think I did. There are some other things that you see here, like some ornaments, stars, little curly Q things, some ribbons. Well, a string anyway to come down, hold your ornaments. That's really cute. Now, of course, it has coordinating dies. Let's take a look at those. These are so cute. I can't wait to actually run them through my machine with you. Okay. Take a look. Oh my gosh. You've got some polka dots. You've got some plaid. You've got some stripes with polka dots in there. You've got snowflakes embedded in your tree. And there's another sheet. You've got some filigree looking things. You have holly. You have rows of ornaments and bows and stars. And you even have garland. Oh my gosh. Isn't that amazing? All right. So now this one here is actually 2 pieces. So you have, I'm always afraid of taking those flimsy ones off of the tape. You have your big tree, which is, which catches your finger if you're not careful. And you have your big tree that cuts that. And then if you wanted an overlay, I'm just gonna move it to the side. You can put that for some little decorative overlay. All right, so let's experiment a little bit here. I am going to, let's see, which one should I do? I'm like a kid in a candy store. I don't know what to try first. Oh, you ordered the tree dies too? Waiting for them. Oh, okay. Bye, Jackie. Talk to you later. See you at the tea meeting tomorrow. Okay, so let's take a look. I am going to, this particularly looks fun when you add some glimmer to it. So I'm going to take the Shy Shamrock. And oh, I'm glad I cut a piece that fit. No, actually, I just already had that scrap, so that's good. And then I'm going to do Shy Shamrock with that and overlay it. Let's see how it goes, okay? All right. And luckily, I can do both at the same time. I think they will fit on my machine. Just get stuff out of the way here. I'll take my gray plate off, and I'm using the number 2 and the number 3 plates. My bottom, what I was using for my bottom one is quite etched. I mean, look how dark that is. All right, a lot of etching going on. So I'm going to switch that one to the top. And now this one that I was using for the top will become my bottom. All right, so I'm going to put this here. And it'll be easier for the thinner part to go into the machine first. So that's how I'm arranging that. And this fits on as well. I'm just going to put that to the side to save room for another one. I could flip it around next time. Okay. And now I have that. I'm going to run that through the machine. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, so the glimmer paper comes from a pack of the In Colors glimmer paper, the 2024 to 26 In Colors. So you have your Shy Shamrock, you have your peach, your petunia, okay, all of those. All right, oh, there it is. All right, one thing I did want to do is, and I forgot, I wanted to put some adhesive paper on the back of that, but that's okay. There is room for glue. It's all right. So I'm just going to poke that out. Look. Pretty, right? Ooh. I'm going to put that on our tree. Okay, look how nice that looks. You like it? I'm going to cut them all out, Joan. I'm just going to do a quick run on all of them. All right, if you guys don't mind, because I haven't done them yet either. Now, this is going to be a little tricky to get glue on those little pieces there. So that's where using some adhesive sheets on the back would have been a good idea. But I'm just too anxious. Forgot about it. Forgot. Okay, so here's another option. I've shown people this before. With your silicone mat and the sponge. Okay, I have the sponge I use just for glue. And I have a little binder clip on there so I don't get my fingers messy. That's like my holder. I'm going to put a little puddle of glue up here that I could dip into. And I'm going to dab some glue on the back of those thin pieces there. Now you want to make sure that once you dab it, you don't move it because you don't want glue getting on the front. So you want to be real careful. I'm going to actually flip this around so I can hold it down here. Holding my fingers will get a little messy holding the gluey part, but it's okay. Don't want it coming off. All right, now I'm picking it straight up so I don't get glue. And this is going to just wipe off of the silicone mat. Ooh. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Do these already have a backing on them, or am I just peeling off the paper? Just goes to show you. Should look at things a little more carefully, I suppose. I don't know. All right. There we go. Look how elegant that is. Aside from getting the glue on, super easy. Super easy. All right, so let's take a look at this here. All right, and I think some of the paper was just coming off. Anyway, so the other colors, this is in the regular line. This is not the new catalog. You have all your In Colors there. And then the Shy Shamrock. All right, so that's fun. We also have Berry Burst and Old Olive and some shimmer. So those could be fun for holidays as well. And also the shimmer glimmer paper. It's very glittery, but what's nice about it, no glitter comes off. Okay, it's really embedded onto the paper and you're not going to get glitter all over the place. All right, so there's that. Let me put these back and I'm going to run these on just some green paper, okay? So we get a look at what this is all about here. I need a little bit piece of glue on there. All right, here we go. Okay, I'll put this one back. And that. All right, let's see the other trees. I just happen to have some garden green here, so I'm going to use that for the other trees. I'm just going to run them all on there, and we'll see what they look like. This white one with the snowflakes, why don't we do that one on white? The others I'll do on the garden green. Ooh, there's a line there. I was obviously using this for something else and then changed my mind. All right, And then let's run these while we're at it. And we'll see what they look like. And those can fit in the little frame as well. Okay. So those are all on one sheet. So let's just run them all, see what they're like. Okay. Put that on my, oh, that's my wrong plate. Let me use the other one. Okay, I'll put that there. Will this fit? Yes, it will. Let's not waste any space. Use a little washi to hold it down so it doesn't slip. All right, put these there. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited to see this. And that will hold it. Give it a crank. Oh, my goodness. Something's tight in there. Oh, I went a little crooked, that's why. All right, let's see what happened. Hopefully it worked okay. I need to turn my overhead fan on 1 second. Okay, getting a little warm in here. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, now let's see where it didn't go through all the way. That's where I didn't have it all the way to the end. So that was a little problem there. So this one, these little insides pop out. If you have your little roller brush, that can help loosen those. All right, like I said, I found something was tight in there, so it would probably have to be run through again. So going back and forth a little, but anyway, so you can see you have that little filigree design going on in there. All right, these would pop out. See, there you go, they're coming. Maybe another pass of the machine would have been a good idea. All right, so you can see where that's going, right? Okay, little swirls. Imagine that in, the glimmer paper as well. That would look really pretty. And then here's the plaid. Again, I could have run that back and forth, but those will pop out. I'll put pictures on later, but I don't want to take up too much time to work at this right now and run it again. But like I said, you can see where it's going, right? Nice overlay to those trees. There you go. And this one has a holly design. And those insides pop out. Again, I don't want to take up too much time here, but you can see a little holly design there. Makes a nice, pretty overlay as well. And then this one has stripes and dots. I'm going to cross. Oh boy, that one definitely could use another run through. Very delicate. I know I'm going to tear it if I work this too much. Just to Case of being overzealous, trying to get that through. Okay, so there's where we're going with that one, stripes and dots. Right, I'll get up close pictures and put them on another post after the video. Okay, so that's where that one goes. And like I said, you have little pieces of garland, you have stars, you have bows to put on your tree. I guess these tops of the ornaments, maybe, or bases for the trees. There you go, a short stump and a taller stump. That's probably what that is. And 3 ornaments. So that's really cool. These are all separate so that you can put them on your tree. You can cut them to the size and grate those on the tree like that. Do it in red or gold. Okay, but those I would remember to use adhesive sheets on the back. All right, and I'll show those another time. All right, let's move on to some other new products. I know you're anxious to see. And there we go. Put those aside. Oh, we didn't do the snowflake one. Let me do that real quick. And we'll make sure my sandwich is good this time. Okay, got that. Here's my top plate. There we go. This one would look really pretty with like an all white card, I think, or maybe over the green. I'm not sure. I'll have to play with it. All right. Look how pretty. Really, really pretty. Let me put on the back of this. And you can really see it. Isn't it nice? Looks like a frosted cookie, doesn't it? Ooh, that would look pretty. White on white. I don't know if that's too much there with that in between, but lots of options. Lots of options. Put that aside. Clean up this little bits. Now the silicone mat where that glue was just rubs right off. It's all dried now. Rubs off. And I'm ready to use it again. All right. Next one. You might have seen a lot of birds lately because some people who did an event earlier in the year got this set even earlier than what we could get on pre-order. But I was just getting it now because I did not do that other event. So that collection is Winterly Treetops. I love all things birds. And whenever there's a bird set, I'm on it. I forget it. And then, of course, the coordinating dies. So pretty. You have a frame of greenery. You have your bird dies to cut out these birds, the double ones, those. You have a die for this. You have some individual standalone dies for extra leaves to match these, extra branches. And you can do some beautiful things. Again, it's winter, kind of like your winter birds. It's eating the berries, but you could certainly use this year round as well. So you have some nice sentiments that go, doesn't have to be Christmas. Thinking of you always, sending thanks and love. A friend like you brings me happiness. So Winterly Treetops, holiday-ish, can be holiday, doesn't have to be. So again, like I said, that's fun. When I put my dies back, I like putting them on magnet sheets, which I will do later. And I like seeing them in the front of my envelope. So when I'm thumbing through, I see which ones they are. And I also put a label on the top there so I can see the name of it as well. All right. And also, that way I can see everything. If I'm looking for, I need just the right side branch, I can thumb through my dies, my collection, and see, this one will work perfectly, or this one, or I need a bird. Okay, which one do I, you can see what's in there. Just the name of it alone is not necessarily going to tell me what's in it. But I'm a visual person. I have to see. I said, that'll work. So I think that's just so beautiful. And of course, there's some designer paper to go along with that. Wouldn't quite be complete without it, right? Look at this. Ooh, I love it. The pine branches and the birds have that little watercolor look. You've got Mr. and Mrs. Cardinal. You've got your bluebird, your robin, chickadees, it looks like. I don't know what they all are, but I think I've named them. Chickadee. Oh, so sweet. Let's see what else is in here. This is your regular pack, 12 by 12. So you have the colors of basic black, blueberry bushel, cherry cobbler, coastal cabana, copper clay, crumb cake, daffodil delight, garden green, granny apple green, gray granite, night of navy, pumpkin pie, real red, shaded spruce. Probably about a third of all the colors that you could imagine that Stampin' Up has. All right, so you have 12 sheets, 6 designs, 2 of each. And of course, they are double-sided. So let's take a look. You have your birds. And then the flip side, a nice little snowy background. How pretty. Okay, I don't know if the camera's doing it justice. On my computer, it looks a little washed out. But it's, kind of like that pool party look. Oh, very nice. Like the darker ones remind me a little of Lost Lagoon. All right, so you have those. I'm running out of room here. Then you have some smaller birds with this more gray background and just those rich colors. Just so nice. The pine cones. Really pretty. Do you have pine cones on here? No, I'm looking on the guide to see if there's pine cones. All right, so on the flip side, you have some stripes. Really pretty as well. They look so nice together too. Right? Gorgeous. Okay, some lighter colors, some more bright with the white backgrounds. And looks to me like these dies are going to cut out these images. See, they look the same. So you don't even have to stamp and color them. You can just punch them out with those dies. There you go. Right there like that. And then the single bird. How convenient is that? And there's lots of space in between. So it's not, your dies are not overlapping to the next image so that you can't use that next image. Sometimes that happens, but lots of space here. Can you see that well? Let me bring it a little closer. Look, perfect cutout. Very handy. I love it. Of course, I'm not getting it back, right? There we go. Let's flip it over. And again, you have that pool party with crisscross lines and dots. Really soft. Looks nice with those birds there. All right, next we have that birch, right? You can use it with that embossing folder, the birch trees, and little birds flying all around. Here's the back. Some wintry flowers. Looks like, I don't know. Looks like Queen Anne's lace, sort of, to me, but I don't know, just very pretty. I love that. And then sometimes Stampin' Up! Has papers like this, where you have a seed on the top and the bottom. If you cut it directly in half, then you have a whole scene, nice for scrapbooking perhaps, or you can cut it for card layers. If you cut these in thirds or strips, whatever, you can cut them to the size you need. You can choose where you want to cut to capture those. Right? You can even cut around here, contour, to add some interest. Very pretty. Here's the back. Again, very soft, like a very light crumb cake color. Got those little specks, those little circles, those little snowflake dots of snow there. Nice having some alternative colors for winter and Christmas cards, isn't it? I always appreciate that, especially those pool party or cabana type colors. Those are kind of fun. And here, this looks like Pussy Willows. Nice wash background to it, and then a lot of the browns there. And the back is that birch and wood look. So there you go. So pretty. Oh, you like the frosted cookie idea? Yeah. So now you have to just, I guess if you did it in brown, Shirley, right? And then the white frosting on top for that tree. That sounds like a good idea to me. Even better eating them. I love cookies. I'm a cookie monster. Absolutely love them. And then let's stick with some other paper. We have this. Where do you see this? Season of Elegance. Okay, it is gold foil paper, specialty paper. You do have 12 in here. It is going to be a little more pricey than your regular one. It's a specialty paper with the gold on there. The colors are basic beige, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, gray granite, moss lagoon, mossy meadow, old olive, pretty peacock, real red, and gold. All right, so let's see what it looks like. You're not going to need much of this while doing your projects. Look at that. Ooh. You could see my fan flickering in the reflection there. All right, so you have your gold highlights on one side. On the other side, just a flat design. Again, looks painted. You can see the brush strokes. You can almost feel, you see it's not textured, but it looks textured. Looks like canvas and thickness of oil paint on there. So that's the old olive and gold. Here it is in the more crumb cake and beige colors. Pretty. And then the back is the flat design of that. Look at this red. Wow. You like blingy cards. This one's for you. Got a lot of little speckles on the side here, and then your more splotchy gold down the middle. You could use whichever pieces you want, just the edges, have it come in a little bit, or full-blown glamorous shine there. And then the back, of course, is just, again, the same as the others, just the flat painterly look. Now here's the greens again, but this time more gold and a little less green. Look at my fan swirling around in there. Okay, so nice. And then the back is more vertical lines, or horizontal, however you want to look at it. But you can actually see the texture of the canvas on there too. Not sure if you see that. There you go. Really nice. And then here's the peacock one. I love pretty peacock. Love it, love it. And then the back lines. Ooh, there are variations there. It looks like paint kind of splattering. Looks could be like icicles. Going this way if you wanted. The brain is thinking. Okay, and then again, this one in the beige-ish colors and a little bit more gold than the other one had. And then the back. You're going to get a lot of use out of this because, like I said, you're not going to need tons of this to really highlight your projects. So use little bits and it will go a very long way. You do get 12 sheets in there. Some of the more specialty papers, sometimes you get fewer, depending on what it is. Like the glimmer paper, they don't give you 12 sheets of the glimmer paper in there. You probably don't need 12 sheets. Again, that's really blingy, so use it in small quantities. So that is Season of Elegance. Season of Elegance. Put that aside. And then speaking of bling and sparkly, here's some of the embellishments. Now, I find a lot of demonstrators are saying, we had to look this up. The name of these embellishments are called Drusy, D-R-U-S-Y. Okay, Drusy. And adhesive backed embellishments. And silvery and gold are sort of a almost looks not quite rose gold, but lighter gold anyway. So druzy actually is a geological term that means that there's like crystals growing on top of something. All right. It means it describes a cavity or a surface of something. And it means it's lined with a crust of crystals. So the tops of these, the texture on here are like itty bitty crystals. Like if you see those geodes that you can slice, that are sliced open and you have all the little rough edges on the inside, that's what it's like. So it's not smooth, it's not faceted. It just is like bumpy glass crystals. Druzy. There you go. But so pretty. Again, just a couple of those and you got good bling going on in your cards. So Druzy embellishments. Again, adhesive back, of course. Easy to put on your project. Then a couple others. This is Earth Tones Shimmer Gems that come in vanilla, garden green, crumb cake, and copper clay. Okay, it's very light copper clay. It almost looks rose-like, but it does go nicely with the copper clay. I don't have a piece of the copper clay here now, but trust me, it works. All right, so it's nice to have those earth tones there. So if you're that kind of person, more the natural look, that could work for you. And then there's new linen thread that are natural tones, linen thread. You get 3 to a pack in the copper clay, night of navy, and garden green, some of your basic earth tones that I find these colors really kind of mix and match with other tones of the same colors. I'm excited to have those. And it's linen thread, so it's thinner than your baker's twine. And that's always nice to keep bulk down on your card, not to have a heavy twine or whatever going on there. Sometimes it's nice to wrap around twice. And you can certainly do that with that linen thread. All right, one more stamp set and die set to show you. And then we'll kind of call it a day here. Artful Amaryllis. This is another one that I bought because, a lot of times people give gifts of amaryllis at Christmas time, right? But then you start watering them, they grow, right? Or you get them in those boxes and they grow real tall, then they bloom months later. Or however long it takes, whatever the environment is, they can grow quicker, I suppose. But again, it's something that can be used any time of year. So that's kind of another reason why I was anxious to get it. And I do like the amaryllises. I can't have them growing in my house because my husband is allergic to the flowers. Whenever we have fresh flowers, can't do it. So nobody send me fresh flowers. So anyway, this one is one of those 2-step stamping. I'm going to get a piece of white paper out and we're going to try it out. You have your outline and you have your blooms that you could do in one color and the stems in another. So you don't have to use blending brushes to color or pencils, but if you don't like doing that, then I get it. It's okay. You can do this instead. I'm going to stamp it first in black. Memento is good because it's not going to smear when you put other colors on it. If I have a big block, I like bringing my ink pad to it. Now I see this is bubbling up. See, this is kind of what I mean when you have the new photopolymer. Instead of getting nice ink coverage, it kind of beads up a little bit. So stamp it a few times. Stamp it off. For somebody mentioned stays on ink. I'm not stays on. Versamark. That helps kind of take the sticky off. Versamark, and stamp that off. And clean it. What I'm going to do with all my photopolymer, my new ones, and I did this the other day too, I just left them right on this plastic sheet, and I took them to the sink, took just a little drop of dish detergent on my fingers and went over it, rubbed it on, and then rinsed it off really, really well, and then patted it dry with a microfiber because you don't want to get the little paper on there, right? Little bits of paper, flecks of paper, and lint. So, all right, I'm going to clean this with my chamois, and then maybe we'll be good to go. All right, let's see what that looks like now. Okay, I don't know if you can see it now, but it is much better. Much better coverage. More even. I don't see those little bubbling up of the ink. Let's stamp that. Ta-da. Now let's add the color. I said, first time doing this, so I'm learning with you. Nice to share this excitement. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Why don't we have a garden green blending pen? We don't have garden green. The Stampin' Blends. Yeah, you're right. I guess between Mossy Meadow and Old Olive, Faye, I guess that's, but I know, I wish there was that in between green also. All right, let's stamp the leaf. Oh, oh my goodness. What happened there? Luckily, I didn't have an important project nearby. Ooh, wow, never had that happen. Just flipped right off. This is one of my older stamp sets. Still never happened. I guess I was just too excited. Too much coffee this morning, maybe. I don't know. All right. And this is going to have a, I don't even know what to call this look. It's a watercolor look, but it also, if you look at it closely, it has these little lines through it as if it's maybe the canvas that the watercoloring is on or the fibers of the paper. I'm not sure, but it is going to look a little faded in some areas and darker in other areas. That's what's called distinctive look. So let's see what this is going to be like. Again, I didn't wipe this one off. Let's put it on scrap paper first and see what happens. All right, that's not bad. Because it's distinctive, it's going to be a little faded here and there anyway. And with photopolymer, it's nice and easy to line it up. I just hover and then get closer and closer. And then you have that. Clean that off and we'll do the amaryllis. I chose Poppy Parade. Does that sound like a good color for amaryllis? Because it is kind of a, it's not always, I guess they come in all different colors. Not always a real red. Oh, I see what happened here. This part here cracked. That's why the lid fell off. All right, time for a new garden green. All right, let's leave that there. So let's use the flower. They are beautiful flowers. Okay, make sure you know which way it's going. And the Poppy Parade, see how that looks. I know there could be all colors, yellow. I brought a Daffodil Delight here as well. It could look like a lily, right? If you needed lilies or daffodil. Okay, let's see. It's a little hard to know when you do have coverage because you do have all that shading going on in there. But let's see. Oops, wrong way. Over here. Oh, I'm looking here. I see. Oh, there are two things there that this stamp is not covering, and that's because there's a stamp here for that. Okay, for the leaves or the buds that will open later. That's what it is. Future flowers. Okay, hover and then get closer, closer. I think the right flower I'm off a little bit on. Nope, not bad. Look how pretty. Really nice, right? Now I have to do those up there in the garden green. Okay, so like I said, this is Poppy Parade. And I have these little pieces. There we go. What do you think? You like it? And it could be for any season. Any season. A velvety color red. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. It does look like velvet. You're right. Good way to describe it, Shirley. Yeah. With that distinctive shading on there, that's what it reminds you of. Like when you brush velvet one way, it has one shading, and you brush the other way, it looks different, right? Well, I made a mess of my fingers today, that's for sure. um, and of course, there are dies that will match up with these. And not only will it cut out the flower, but if you don't want to color it in, you can build your own with the different petals. I'm not going to take you through that now. I'm going to play with that myself. Don't want to get too silly or too crazy or too long here. I do have a meeting at 1:30 as well. But this could cut out that whole flower and stem and leaf. But then you can also build layers. We had other stamps like this. Remember building the pansies. There were some that were lilies, I believe, or irises, I think. Irises. That could have been it. Yeah. You colored two as leaves. Oh, okay, I did. Well, should I have done those in red? Okay, yeah, I was thinking they were budding, but I thought maybe they just didn't. Were they green before they opened? I don't know. Thank you, Caroline, for that. I appreciate that. So maybe next one I will try that in the same color, or maybe stamp off first and then stamp that just so it looks a little different, maybe a little lighter color before it opens and blooms. I'll have to research. I'll have to look at those and see what colors they are. I appreciate that. You like the shading on the stamps. You don't have to color. It does make it easy. It is really pretty. I love those colors together. It looks nice with the garden green too. All right. So there you go. Oh, you also have like a nice little border here for your cards. And here's your stem with your four little branches that the flowers will come off of. Sepals, right? The sepal is what holds the petals, right? And you have your little insides to put in there. So I can't wait to play around with that. Okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed seeing a sneak peek at what's to come. And there'll be more available for sure. Like I said, if you need a catalog, you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to help you out with that. Just give me a shout out here on Facebook or email me, even better, Lorraine@stampwithlorraine.com. And then we can make that happen for you once I get my case of catalogs, which should be coming this week, I think. Um, so yeah, if you are already a customer of mine, yours will be coming in the mail sometime before the end of the month. I don't know exactly when they get shipped out, but watch and you'll be excited for for your catalog like I am right now. All right, good luck, everybody. Have fun. We'll see you on Friday for coffee and a card, and have a blessed day. All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye bye now.